Hello, everyone. I'm Rick Zanotti, and welcome to eLearnChat, where talk is knowledge. Hi, everyone. I'm Rick Zanotti again, and I'm joined today by Dawn Mahoney, our co-host.
Hello.
Dawn had a little bit late today. We had some problems with Skype, which is not unusual with Skype.
Right.
But how you doing, Dawn?
I'm well. Home from Dallas last night.
From
back
the heat?
back in the saddle, as it were, today.
From the heat to the cold.
Yeah, actually, it wasn't very warm there. It was windy and about 65. So
that's pleasant.
Yeah, very pleasant for Dallas. I stayed at the recently renovated Hyatt Regency at the Reunion Tower. So if you ever get a chance, it was very nice.
Great. Well, today we've got a guest from a company we all know, and that is iSpring Solutions. And today we've got with us Mikhail Kokarev. He is a senior support engineer at iSpring, and he's going to be talking about a lot of different things. Let's get him on. Hi, Mikhail. How are you?
Hi. Hi, good morning or good afternoon, everybody.
It's almost evening your time, is it not?
Yeah, it is.
Oh,
it is
okay.
evening, right.
That's what I thought. So last we had Polina. That was several months ago, so we're glad to have you back. Welcome.
Okay, nice to hear that.
And today, Mikhail, you're going to talk. I know people call you Michael and they call you Mikhail. We'll stick to your real name, Mikhail.
Okay.
I'll try to get it right.
But you can use Michael too. I think you use both, right?
Yeah, I'm fine with any of those.
Yeah.
M. I'll just call you M.
And I think, is it 8 o'clock, 8 p.m. your time right now?
It's about 7 p.m.
7,
yeah.
so it's 11-hour difference. Okay.
Yeah.
Well, Mikhail, today you wanted to talk a little bit about SCORM and the Tin Can API. And it's sort of interesting because most people think SCORM and Tin Can are really the same thing. And tell us a little bit about that. They're really not, are they?
Well, yeah. SCORM has been already a standard of e-learning for a decade. And today we have Tin Can API coming out, and one would say that Tin Can is just a new version of a SCORM standard, which is partially true. But to be honest, it's quite a different thing, and the reason why it is so different is because the world has changed, and especially technologically, the way how people interact with each other and with systems. So everybody has a mobile device today, and some of their functions behave like on computer, but it's not the same for SCORM. So from the SCORM point of view, it's not the same. What was the main trigger to develop a new experience API? So Experience API is the official name for Tin Can API. So it aimed to track learning experiences, whatever they are, while SCORM would only track user score, like quiz result and whether content had been viewed or not. For example, SCORM cannot track video progress and cannot track some games progress, which became a part of e-learning nowadays. And here are some of the key features that you can do both with SCORM and Tin Can API. Is track completion, track time. You can track whether users passed or failed a quiz or course, and they SCORM systems would just get a single score at the end. Not many of systems would give you detailed results. Well, there are some exceptions, like Saba would show you the breakdown of the answers, but the majority of other SCORM systems would just give you a single score at the end. Well, now let's talk about Experience API, what you can track with it, and what are the main differences. So actually, API works without LMS, and you'll be surprised it's working even without a browser, which allows developers to create their own learning applications that would submit results like if it was a regular learning management systems.
Now, Mikhail, when you say that SCORM works offline, in essence, what does it do later on? Does it sync back to a learning management system?
Well, SCORM, of course, has some known issues about tracking user completion when they go offline. So when you go offline and when you interrupt your course, it'll submit results, and when you're offline, the system will not get any response from you, and all the completion steps that you perform, they will be just wiped out whenever you come back when you're online. And X API got rid of those unhappy user issues, and now it's not dependent on the state of the internet connection, whether it has internet connection or not. The learning data will be stored on your device or on your computer as far as you complete the course, and then when the internet connection is available, all the results will be pushed to the learning store. So speaking about Experience API, there's another term that substitutes the regular LMS. It is called LRS instead. It is Learning Record Store, which is a repository that can be placed on the internet and can interact with learning management systems, or can be on its own. So that's quite a bit everything about the differences.
Yeah. What are some of the other things that are different with the Experience API? Not all the LMSs still support it well, and a lot of people don't realize that iSpring also has an LMS. I believe it's called Learn.
Yeah, we used to have LMS called iSpring Online, and now it's iSpring Learn, which is the same thing. And but we tend to use it just hosted LMS. And yeah, iSpring Learn kind of utilize the concepts of Tin Can API, but we developed our own interface. It doesn't have any name. We call it just iSpring Learning Interaction Interface that would submit learning data to our iSpring Learn. But with iSpring authoring tool, with iSpring Suite or iSpring Presenter, you can create a Tin Can course that can go to any LMS that supports this modern learning standard, which is really cool. But also you can use it with you can publish directly to iSpring Learn, and you'll get seamless reporting of all the content that you have in your system, in your courses.
Now, what are you finding people are using more of? Are they using SCORM? Are they starting to use the Experience API? And also, I heard that there is an iSpring API. You want to talk a little bit about the iSpring API?
Well, iSpring API actually refers to presentations only. It is a part of iSpring Player where you can interact with the player, just skip slides or do pause or play your presentation. But now we're talking about the API that delivers learning data to the system. And yeah, I just mentioned that it doesn't have any special name. Well, yeah, it's iSpring Learning API. It's hidden and it's transparent for the end user because if you use iSpring, iSpring Presenter and iSpring Learn System, the interaction between those systems, between courses that you create with iSpring Presenter and iSpring Learn System, will be seamless, and no user interference is needed.
Well, you have to know a lot about coding to be able to do the things you're talking about, or add the functionality that you've mentioned with XAPI and so forth, mobile, storing your badges and so forth, and then when connected to the learning management system. Tell us a little bit about usability from a design standpoint.
Yeah, we speak about such complex terms like API, LRS, but for the end user, actually, it's like using Microsoft Word or PowerPoint. It is as simple as creating a PowerPoint presentation. So it's all done automatically. But speaking about technology, yeah, we can delve deeper and understand the concepts about interaction of those systems. For the end user, the process will be really easy. Just open up a PowerPoint presentation, create some quizzes, do a publish, just click publish, and the presentation in your course will be automatically uploaded to the iSpring LMS, to iSpring Learn. And then you can share a link with everybody who's registered with the system, or with some other users that are not registered with the system yet. And they'll be completing results. Everything will be tracked by iSpring Learn LMS. Well, here iSpring Learning API is involved. And yeah, you'll get the most accurate user data statistics info after you complete your courses.
And it's platform agnostic, so I'm thinking about, I'm on my my personal device, my smartphone, and I go surfing and view a podcast of something on, I don't know, create.com or whatever. Or are there constraints that you see your customers setting and building? This is learning that should be tracked versus this is learning that we don't care about, don't want to know about.
Well, actually, iSpring utilizes concepts of responsive design, and you can view the content on any computer, on any device, whether a mobile phone or a tablet. It's also cross-platform for mobile devices as well, so it'll be fine with Apple devices, Android devices, and Windows phones. So, I'm sorry, what was your original question?
Well, the part about API, XAPI that I don't really understand is, I search for things, I watch and listen to podcasts on my phone. What I don't understand is how the learning management system, or wherever you're tracking this information, knows the difference between I'm just using my phone for stuff I want to know and it's tracking learning.
Well, system just tracks the steps of how you complete the course. It probably saved the information about the device in some auxiliary data files, but generally for the learning management systems, it's important to track the completion results, whatever your device is. And as for podcasts, you actually can embed a video in your PowerPoint presentation, and this is how the video will be tracked. Unfortunately, you cannot track the progress of your video if you, for example, have a 1 hour long video on a slide. Only when you complete the whole video, only when you complete the slide, when you advance the slide, the system will get a report that you viewed this content item, this video. But yeah, for future releases, this will be a great addition to track the the video progress. By the way, if we go back to Tin Can API, those creators, Sticky Software, they worked in a collaboration with a company called Lifeway, and Lifeway created courses for churches, and different churches they had a lot of videos, a lot of video materials for their users to watch, and of course with SCORM they couldn't do that, but regarding this collaborative work with Sticky Software and Lifeway, we got those stable versions of Tin Can API, and right now it's 1.0 version. But yeah, iSpring just utilizes Tin Can API concepts, and iSpring Learn is also like Tin Can, but it's just called iSpring API, Learning API. Yeah.
Great.
Now, you folks just released a new version of iSpring, and as a support engineer, what kind of questions do you get the most?
Well, yeah, it's really hard to tell which questions. There are so many of them. From what I know, people still are actively using SCORM 1.2, though it's kind of old standard, and I think that some people already have started using Tin Can API. We don't have many error reports about this because it's brand new technology. Not all learning management systems today support Tin Can API. For example, Absorb LMS, they support Tin Can API, and customers of those learning management systems that might be using iSpring never reported anything about Tin Can API problems. The most problems occur with older standards, SCORM 1.2 and others, whether they cannot get the result or some other issues. But yeah, generally all the issues are related to the interaction between a learning course and a system. And though SCORM is a standard, there are many different situations when a content can experience some issues delivering results to the learning management system.
Dawn?
I got nothing.
Oh,
Not even anybody in the chat room today.
You had that look on your face. Like,
huh? I don't know what look that would be. I'm fascinated by it all. I don't really understand it all, so this has been helpful, but I'm still a little fuzzy.
So, Mikhail, what's new in the current version of iSpring? I know quite a few things have changed. The interface looks different. What are some of the new features?
Last year, actually, we released iSpring Mobile. It is an app. It is an iPad app that enables students to take their courses on their iPads. Unfortunately, there is an app for iPad, but this is what most of our users use now for mobile learning. And speaking about mobile learning, especially this iSpring mobile app, the interaction between iSpring learning management systems makes appears even easier than ever before. So you can just install iSpring mobile app, and it'll be your account to iSpring Learn system when you already have all the courses assigned to you. So for the end user, for a new employee who is taking some trainings for for a student in a school is going to be a huge help, this iSpring Mobile API, iSpring Mobile app. And since then, this mobile app, as well as iSpring Learn, had some changes, and let me see.
So it's only applicable for all versions of the iPad, or will it play on iPhone, but not Android?
Yes, it'll play on all sorts of devices, but
Okay.
especially for iPads, we have a dedicated app that will be used instead of standard Safari or whatever else browser.
Okay.
So it's kind of easier for learner to have everything in a single box, like iSpring Learn app. They will have all the courses listed there, and no any other tabs like you have in Safari browser.
Oh, right. Okay, so a little bit locked down.
Yeah,
The course content is contained.
One of other benefits of new learning technologies that no internet browser is needed, and that's what we have in our iSpring Learn app.
Great.
So, from your point of view, what do you see as e-learning past and present? Where do you think we're going?
Well, e-learning past, of course, was tied with the use of a desktop or laptop computer. Actually, I think that e-learning itself is already a huge step for the entire world. But yeah, because the world changed a lot. The future learning technologies require constant updates, and this TinCan API is a new flexible platform. I would call it platform because it can have new features. It can track results within LMS, outside LMS, and what's important, it uses normal human language, like John started math course, or John passed math course, and all those statements are stored in the system. So it is a universal approach because anybody will be able to develop their own application, their own learning management system, just using those statements. So this is a great platform to build any kind of learning interaction, whatever they are. So today we have some touch screens displays, and it's kind of new technology for all of us, though it's been already wide known for years. But yeah, definitely such touchscreen display technologies and other learning experiences will be just enriching e-learning in the future, and TinCan probably will be the best platform for that.
You know, it's interesting. I was at a Best Buy the other day. It's an electronics store, and they have a lot of all-in-one computers, kind of like the iMac, except now they're Windows-based. Lenovo, HP, Dell, MSI has a gaming computer all-in-one, and they're beautiful, and they have the touch screens, and they are actually pretty nice to work with. You have a 27-inch portable tablet, in essence. I think I actually want to buy one, just as a 27-inch tablet that you can use anywhere, and you could actually take it on the road with you. Talk about taking your e-learning content on the road.
Yep.
It's pretty cool.
I saw those. It's like a giant tablet with a little stand in the back that you can make it a desktop like my big Mac.
Yeah, they're absolutely beautiful.
Yeah, and big drives, really big drives.
Yeah, they come with at least 1 terabyte, and then you could put SSD or external drives on them.
Yep. I was looking at those a couple weeks ago myself, wondering if I should just invest in a Windows machine. And
just do it.
Yeah, I probably have to.
You have to. Can't have enough computers.
I don't have a big enough table for any more. I've got 3 devices in my hand at fingertip reach as it is. Yes, we're very dependent on gesture devices, to your point, and touch screen, Mikhail. Yeah. We can't go backward on that, and that is really where I see e-learning or mobile learning has taken off, because we've actually put that into their hands, their ability to control their learning and participate with it.
Yeah, it's really hard to give back something that you already get used to. If you don't mind, I can share my screen and...
That'd be great.
Yep, and we have 5 more minutes, Mikhail.
Oh, really? Okay.
Time flies when you're having fun.
You see my screen? Yeah.
Yes.
I don't know how to enlarge the area of published presentation dialog window, but this is an iSpring Suite's published presentation dialog window. So I just wanted to show you the concepts of responsive design that are utilized by iSpring authoring tools. So after we publish our course, we can preview it on all kinds of devices. And Rick, this concept of all-in-one computer sounds beautiful. Sounds great. And I think that it is a future. But now we can have this intermediate step where you can. Where you can utilize different platforms for viewing the content. And with iSpring publication settings, you can preview it on any devices. And literally, iSpring has just 3 different HTML players that automatically detect what system you're using, what device you're using. And for example, for desktops, we'll see a normal screen with normal size buttons. For tablets, we would see adaptive buttons for touchscreen displays that appear bigger. Also, you can rotate your device in this window. And for a smartphone, actually, I don't know, every inch is really important, and we tried to minimize the functionality of the mini player, so it utilizes all the important options of iSpring presentation, and at the same time it doesn't take that much part of your touch screen. Like here we can see the outline of the presentation, and on a smartphone we can still see the presentation. Actually, for me, I would never take some serious courses on a smartphone. I can just read text or read I don't know, articles, but probably not completing my school tests or anything like that. Learning some new stuff from the school.
But you might need to refer back to something, and you're not at home, for instance. So that's where this would be really beneficial to those students on the go.
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah, it looks like a really pure design for the player and all. I'm looking on a different device here over here. I like it.
Yeah, it's very easy to get started with iSpring. You can get a trial and publish it to iSpring Learn and preview it on all mobile devices. So yeah, now it's really easy and free to get started with it.
That's great. Well, we're going to show you a website again, and it is www.ispringsolutions.com.
Easy.
Easy.
Easy. Well, hopefully I'll meet you in person. I don't think I have to this point. I've stopped at the booth at a few different shows, but I don't think I've met you. So let's hope next time.
Are you coming to DevLearn?
I don't know yet.
Probably not DevLearn, but yeah, I'll be more than happy to see you in next events, in all the upcoming events.
That sounds good. And iSpring will be at DevLearn. I know Polina was coming out, and I think Yuri and Slava. Yuri is the CEO of iSpring, and Slava, I believe, is VP of Development.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, they all will be at the booth at DevLearn.
And how about ASTD, now ATD, Tech Conference?
Technology.
Technology, couldn't think of it. It was gone from my brain.
Well, actually, I was at ASTD. What's the new name?
ATD.
Or STD, if you want to look at it that way. But
yeah. Yeah,
ATD.
ATD.
Actually was on this event on ATD this year and probably next year. Yeah, I'm gonna see you.
All right, I did stop in the booth this year, but I didn't meet you, so we'll make a point of it next spring for sure.
He's a handsome lad, Dawn. How can you miss him?
Yes, what was I thinking? I think it's because I was volunteering and didn't spend much time in the expo hall. That's probably it.
Yeah. Well, Mikhail, we really appreciate you coming on and sharing that information. A lot of people really don't know that much about SCORM or Tin Can other than just what they are and what they sort of do. So
or what we have to have.
That was helpful. And we look forward to meeting you also at one of the shows or one of these days. I definitely want to go to Russia and see. Russia's gorgeous. I've seen all the videos, and where iSpring is it's a city called Yoshkar-Ola. It's beautiful. It's beautiful. We should have had one of the videos up from Yoshkar-Ola here. It's just gorgeous. Very pretty area.
Rick has said this a number of times. I see it happening.
It's pretty. One day. I even got my wife saying, "Sure, let's go." So I can't get her out of the house. So
yeah, actually, you can kind of take a brief look at the city. Actually, we got. We had an ice bucket challenge with iSpring team. It was on the roof of one of our buildings, of the building where we had our office, and actually eLearning Brothers introduced this ice bucket challenge to us. So they challenged us, and we did our part.
You accepted the challenge, did you?
Actually, do you have that to share before we finish?
Well, yeah, we can find it on a YouTube, but I don't know where.
iSpring channel.
We didn't load it ahead of time, but it's a lovely. That's the 360-degree view.
No, but there is a part of our city, yeah.
Well, I'll look for it this afternoon.
Okay.
Thanks for that.
But anyway, yeah, it's really pretty. I've seen some of the pictures and videos and went, wow, it's actually lovely.
It's not what Mikhail, we think of over here being in the West.
Yes. Well, we really appreciate you coming on. Say hi to everyone for us over there. And if you're watching the show on the live stream, thanks for being here. And please subscribe. You'll get an email basically telling you when we're on and what guests are on for that day. And also, if you're watching the video on Vimeo, again, please subscribe, follow us. Just keep in touch so that we can keep in touch with you. Have a good one, everyone. Oh, by the way, we have a new show starting on Friday, this Friday. It is called Tech Down Over with my good friend, Jeff Blanchard.
Yay!
All about tech. We're going to be talking about all-in-ones and all sorts of other things tech. So should be a fun show.
Say hi to Jeff for me. I don't know if I'll be able to dial in or not, but I for sure want you to say hello.
Well, Mikhail, again, thanks a lot for being here, and we will see you next time on eLearnChat. Bye, everyone.
Okay, thank you, everybody. Bye.